CCBG started some 27, 20 years ago. At that point, we had all these various religious groups which we had, some problems with conversion and other issues and things like that. So that there's a need. We thought there's a need to come together to iron out our differences. And I think we have it's 28 years now. I think it constitutes 5 religious bodies now. Earlier it was only 4. Then the Taoists has come in last year, so we have 5 bodies: Christians, the Sara Majlis, Malaysian Consultative Council of Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, the Sikhism, and Taoism. But various religious groups together to understand each other, see whether we can able to move forward in common programs and common activities.
Tan Sri Dr. Koon said that it is a committee and not a panel. So what is actually the difference?
I think, to get this interfaith committee is a long process. I think we have put it out in even the 80s when we were speaking about that we wanted an interfaith committee. One of the reasons that we formed together. But I think the Muslims are not comfortable sitting together, so it doesn't matter. In 2005, actually they worked together for Interfaith Commission. Unfortunately, at the last minute, I think some groups backed out and then it just got shelved in that sense. I think to allay the fears of the non-Muslims, I think we didn't want to show that it's got power or something. It's just a committee to meet and talk. So for us, it doesn't matter. At least for once, we have a group coming together, sitting at the same table, at least prepared to iron out differences or to bring out issues that divide us, and then maybe probably can work together in areas that we have commonalities.
So in other terms, the term panel itself poses a greater degree as compared to committee.
I think it depends on how you perceive it. See, for me, I'm already comfortable as long as the interfaith committee is already a good start, because we are waiting for an endorsement by the government or at least recognized by others that we do have an interfaith committee that is coming together. See? So it's just like it's a long process. It's a first step. It's just like sending children to kindergarten. How can it be? They learn this basic, but they'll grow up.
What exactly is part of the idea of having this committee?
I think here basically because after the last, we have a couple of incidents that took place, and we have issues of what you call conversion. See, we have issues of place of worship, burial grounds, now with terminologies, Islamic terminologies, and all this are there. So it is affecting in different realms of life. And also we have the problem of the Sharia court and the civil court, where conversion comes, we have a problem. And therefore, we need to meet and see how we can bridge our differences. I think that's important.
So to whom does this committee actually report to?
At this point, this committee is under the Prime Minister's Department, under the Minister of National Unity, and the Special Officer is Datuk Ilani Isahak.
So what is the main aim of this committee?
I think we have what you call to understand each other, okay? And there are areas where we have problems like conversion, terminologies. So I think we need to speak out. What affects us, what disturbs us, what disturbs them, and this group being senior members of both areas can bring out these issues. I'm not saying we're going to solve these issues. At least learn to understand and see what we can do about it. How to move forward is another question, because we have just identified the areas, the sub-communities where we have problems. We are yet to start talking about it, and then when we start talking, we'll know what our difficulties are.
So in other words, you do agree with what Tan Sri Mulyasinghe is saying, that it has no legal standing to enforce or to play an agent of change where policies are involved?
I don't know from where he's coming from. See, in the church, religious leaders do have influence. See, we can educate them, we can encourage them, we can inspire them, and many of them look up to the leaders, spiritual leaders, for guidance. And in fact, in the last conflict that we had, on these religious issues, I think religious leaders played a very major part, guiding the people to be patient, respectful, not to create disharmony, and all this. Religious leaders work together They stood together, they spoke together, able to work together. It's just like you're saying, it doesn't matter who is influencing. See, when in your home, your mother or your father has so much of influence on children, the way they think, they move forward. So I don't know from what angle Tansi Muhyiddin is saying, but definitely I strongly affirm that this group, because of being senior religious leaders, representing religious communities, do have a strong influence and impact on the population. But I think he has come out with a statement that he denied that he said that statement of small fry. He says only a small committee. It doesn't matter. See, now, in a religious organization or in any organization, we have small subcommittees to study the matter, and they are very important. And they bring the recommendation to the main committee, and then the main committee implements the decision, because we need to study what the problems are. Given the church context, in Jalmoni we don't discuss. We just bring a small committee. Okay, we have a problem here. This committee decide, using their expertise, and they bring their recommendations. And I'm sure that this small committee, because the people who are there are all heavyweights. They are not ordinary people, with education, with maturity, with senior positions, do have much to contribute.
Prakasa said that the interfaith panel need to be under the National Islamic Affairs Department, precisely under its Minister Datuk Jamil Khair Baharudin, as opposed to Tan Sri Dr. Koon. Do you agree?
Well, its view. Why should it be under Jakim? Jakim is under for Islamic Affairs. I think it should be independent.
We understand that there was supposed to be a subcommittee meeting today.
Yeah.
Did it take place?
No.
Why not?
Because yesterday we had an emergency meeting of the executive committee of the Consultative Council, and we wanted the Deputy Prime Minister to clarify the statement that he has made. Whether he said it or why did he say it. Because the reason is because we wanted to see the commitment of the government. Are they serious about it? Or is it going to be the same thing that happened in 2005 with all the excitement, with all the bomb, and everybody gathered and suddenly last minute it was thrown off? Because you've got to understand, people who are committed themselves are people who are working, got other commitments. They're sacrificing their time and they're serious about it. And therefore, we want to know the seriousness about the commitment of the government and the assurance that they should give.
Do you think the committee is an effective medium to solve the current conflict faced in Malaysia?
See, it's not that easy because of the political mindset of people, how your mindset has been framed from very young age. I think we did not have the problem in the early 60s. We have those who are from those days. We worked as a community and we accepted each other. We can make innocent jokes or even innocent insults in that sense, make fun of other people. There was no problem. But after the 69 tragedy, I think people went into their own shell and what you call afraid of the other person. Those days I remember when I was in schools and especially when we have celebrations, festivals, people just streamed into your house. They will never ask whether this food is halal or not halal, because they were sure if a Muslim come to my house, we'll only serve food that is acceptable to the person. Or even if a Hindu comes to my house, we'll only serve food that he can eat. That respect inside is very strong. But somehow, after 69, I think people went into their own shell, and then, I don't know, the whole process took a different turn. So here I think we will identify this, and I think it should start from a very young age. So you want to frame people's mindset in such from childhood. Political scenarios has changed. It can't be a race-based politics anymore. We have to speak as Malaysians. We will accept we are Malaysians. We think as Malaysians.